Has this ever happened to you? Well, that was me in a recent game, and I'd be lying if I said the quick fix was to just like and subscribe. But hey, while you're thinking about it, so you might be asking, why play Fiora? Well, she is a super scaling top laner, she has a powerful early laning phase, and she has an extremely high skill ceiling, which makes her a powerful blind pick and OP DP. This combined gives an Evolve XP solo queue rating of 9 out of 10. Let's talk about Fiora's passive, Footwork Simulator. Duelist Dance. Every few seconds, Fiora will reveal a vital spot on her target. These will be to the left, right, top, or bottom. If she hits that vital, she will gain bonus true damage, she will heal, and she'll get a burst of movement speed. If you hit a vital, wait, or take line of sight, a new vital will spawn on the opposite side. Mastering vitals isn't just mechanics, it's what separates OK Fioras from the Grand Duelist. Fiora's Q is Lunge. When activated, Fiora dashes forward to strike the nearby enemy, dealing physical damage and applies on-hit effects. If she hits that target, champions, minions, even turrets, part of the cooldown is refunded. Lunge can also trigger her passive, Duelist Dance, allowing her to quickly hit vital spots and reposition in fights. Use your dash to poke safely in lane, dodge skill shots, and finish off enemies. Fiora's W is Riposte, where she enters a defensive stance for a brief moment, parrying all incoming damage and crowd control. If she does manage to block the disabling effect, like a stun or a snare, Fiora then retaliates, stunning the target. If you stun the target, this is your go button. They are left defenseless and should find themselves respawning at home. Fiora's E is Blade Work. Her next two basic attacks are empowered. The first attack slows the target, while the second attack is guaranteed to critically strike for bonus damage. Between these two hits, Fiora can weave in other abilities to maximize damage output and reset animations. Fiora's ultimate is Grand Challenge. She reveals all 4 vitals on an enemy champion and gains movement speed while near them. If Fiora hits all 4 vitals, or if the target dies after at least one has been struck, a healing zone appears around the enemy's body, healing Fiora and her allies over time. Grand Challenge is the ultimate test of Fiora mechanics, rewarding precision, timing, and control. Even I mess this up from time to time. Moving on to rune pages. And from here you can see that I have 4 laid out. The first one is the Grasp of the Undying page. So you want to take the Grasp page when you're facing champions like Mbessa, like Jax, Wukong. Champions that you want to maintain high HP on. Moving over to the precision, there's 2 different precision trees. We have one that is press the attack. So this is for champions like Aurora and Volibear and Darius. Whereas you would take the Conqueror page for champions like Aatrox or Dr. Mundo or Mordekaiser. And finally, we have the Sorcery page. And this is where Phase Rush really comes into play for champions, say, like Cassiopeia, like Quinn, like Rumble, champions that you have a hard time sticking on, but once you get on them with Phase Rush, you stay on them. Moving on to items and summoner spells. So starting with items, so you have 3 sets of boots that you can choose. So choose the one that's going to best fit your matchup. Into your core item builds, you will always build Ravenous Hydra and you will always build Trinity Force. The only one that could be substituted out is the Spear of Sojin. And that could be substituted out for the Death's Dance if you're facing a heavy AD squad, or the Maul Emma Mortis if you're facing a heavy AP squad. For build finishers, I recommend Guardian's Angel if you're looking to team fight a little bit more, or Hullbreaker if you're looking for pure split push. For your summoner spells, you have 2 different spell choices that you can choose. You can choose your Flash and Ignite for volatile matches such as Jax or Darius that you want to get the lead on, and it just gives you a little bit of an edge. Or Flash and Teleport if you're looking more for the Grasp page. So Flash and Teleport is usually taken with the Grasp page. Flash and Ignite is usually taken with the Precision page. Okay, so I wanted to demonstrate how an early laning phase should go on Fiora. And for here, we are facing Cassante. So our objective here is to slowly whittle down his health bar by proccing the vitals, but keeping outside of his reach so that he cannot, it's a 100-0 trade. So we are continuously pressing the attack here, and we're trying to just continuously attack him every time that he goes to step up for a minion. So we are slow pushing the wave here. The only thing with Cassante is his Q does AoE. So when he AoEs the wave, that means I do need to shove a little bit harder in order to get a clean crash. Because as we all know, Cassante is Cassante, and he can hold the wave outside of his tower forever, which he is trying to do here. And I notice it, so we are going to continue to, attack the wave, attack Cassante, attack the wave, attack Cassante. Now we want to make sure that we are not in range of him to flip us under the turret, while still making him work for every CS that he has. Now we're going to speed this up a little bit, just because Cassante is Cassante, and he loves to keep the medium wave a little bit away from his tower, but the objective here is knowing that I can 2v1 both Cassante and the jungler here, but he is consistently missing CS. And now that gives me lane priority in order to come down into this fight here. So I noticed that our jungler is here, our mid laner is here, so we have full priority over this. The Rengar went into the bush here, so I'm not going to give him the lead until I know that we have the numbers advantage and we pick up an easy kill. Now Cassante should have realized that his jungler had the numbers disadvantage and shoved the wave to reset the lane, knowing that I took a little bit more damage than I probably should have. So the objective here is to stall the lane as much as we can, knowing that our jungler is in top side, in case Cassante wants to get a little frisky and come in and try to get some damage on me. But it looks like he's a little bit smarter here. It looks like he's a little bit afraid, to be honest, and, well on him. So we're just going to slowly stack this minion wave here, knowing that Cassante doesn't want to back yet because he has no gold for any of the items from us, removing most of the minions by farming outside of his turret.
Such unrefined style.
We know that we want to shove this wave quick, but having teleport as our summoner spell is kind of a blessing here because I have just a little bit over the amount of gold that I need for Tiamat. So we're going to base here and then we're going to teleport right back to the lane before he can shove it. He knows that I am teleporting, or he knows that I'm backing right now. So his objective is to shove the wave as quickly as he can. But really, what he needed to do was not shove the wave and have it stack outside of his tower again. But he's looking for a recall himself, so this is just what he chose to do. I knew that I was coming back stronger. It didn't matter if my minion wave was there or not. If he took the fight, he was going to lose. And now we understand that he's going to teleport back. He's going to have some items on him as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to slowly two-wave crash this. We know it's a cannon wave, so we need to make sure that we remove his cannon and just make it super uncomfortable for him. This entire laning phase is just surgical. There's no reason to go super aggressive, especially against a Cassante that can throw you under tower. Just continue to last hit and get as many minions as you can, because eventually you outscale him. And at this point, we outscale him because of the minion advantage. So we have gold advantage, we have kill advantage. So we want to fast shove this next wave, push it into the tower, ensure that we're getting all the last hits. And if he wants to take the fight, we have a whole army of minions here. The benefit of Fiora is she is so nimble, so his W is just super calculated. So at any moment, we could just W or riposte his W, which we see here shortly. And the moment that he steps up to try to fight is the moment that we hit him with the flashbang combo. And he just teleported back to lane, so he is in bad shape right now. Now what we want to do with this wave here is we want to make sure that it's just juicy enough that makes him want to stay. But we also need to ensure that we're not going to get ganked by the jungler here. So what we're going to do is we're going to probably do a quick scout. Now that we have him in kill range, see if he comes out from the turret. It's more like a fake ward. And now we're going to try to set up for kill pressure here. So we drag that one minion out to reset the lane. Make sure that he's not going to back, because that's what we don't want to do. And it was just enough to get him to not back, because he knew that if he backed, half of his turret was going to be destroyed. So we're trying to bait him a little bit here. Repost his W, even though it didn't stun him, it still gave him the slow debuff, and we were able to pick up the nice and juicy kill. That's Fiora's full kit explained. Clean, deadly, and all about precision. If you learned something, let me know in the comments. See you in the next video, and as always, happy gaming.